Fit the light down, fit the light down. Corner new, corner new, corner new, corner new, corner new, corner. Fit the light down, fit the light down.
What the corner knew, everything that passed through it in 10 years. Victor on the stoop with his coffee, the gears of the neighborhood running through his field of view. What the corner knew, what Victor knew, what came through. Victor Suarez, Grand Concourse in 168. The corner where he sat every morning, the weight of the neighborhood processed through this corner daily. The 7 a.m. bus crowd, the daily procession of the school kids at 8. The delivery trucks, the slow freight of the neighborhood's commerce and its people. Victor had been sitting on the stoop from the cathedral of his routine since 88. 6 years of the same corner at the same hours. The gears of the neighborhood were visible from here. He seen a shift in the demographics clear as a graph, which blocks would change and which were holding the arranging of the neighborhood social fabric visible from one corner, consistently divisible. Data of the daily passage, Victor reading the corner like a passage, a text he'd been translating for 6 years. Grand Concourse 168, the gears.
The corner knew, what the corner knew, the corner knew, what the corner knew, the corner knew, what the corner knew, the corner knew, the corner.
The knowledge of one corner is specific knowledge, not transferable, not the college of the general. Victor knew his corner, not the neighborhood, the corner, the mourner of the general. Mistakes thus specific for the broad. Victor could tell you nothing about the broad trends of the Bronx. He could tell you exactly what had happened at Grand Concourse in 168 factly and precisely over 6 years. The value of this knowledge clears when something happens. The night the car went through the bodega window, Victor knew the car, the plate, the driver's general schedule. From 6 years of the same corner, the credential of the corner witness is precision over time. The decision of the police to ask Victor wasn't random. The corner's best witness was the standing one. Victor Grand Concourse 6 years, the standing witness.
Corner knew, what corner knew, corner knew, what corner knew, corner knew, what corner knew, corner knew, corner.
Victor moved in 96. His daughter in Jersey needed him closer. He sat on the porch the first morning. The composure of the new corner took 2 years to learn what the corner knew. Victor Grand Concourse, what you earned.
Corner knew
Everything that passed through it in 10 years. Victor on the stoop with his coffee, the gears of the neighborhood running through his field of view.
what the corner knew, what came through. What the corner knew,
Everything that passed through it in 10 years. Victor on the stoop with his coffee, the gears of the neighborhood running through his field of view.
what the corner knew,
What Victor knew, what came through.
with the let the tech down, with the length down, my horn of you group. What the corner knew, with the let the tech down, with the length down, my horn of you group. What the corner knew, what the corner knew, corner knew, the corner knew, what the corner knew, corner knew, corner like down. Tap the let towel, tap the let towel, tap tap tap. What the corner knew.
1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the 1,000. They see the outcome, Sandra's 1,000 were made between 94 and 2001.
1,000 small decisions, what they done. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees 1,000. 1,000 small decisions, they see the outcome. Sandra's 1,000 were made between 94 and 2000. 1,000 small decisions, what they done.
Sandra Miles, Crown Heights, 94, the decision to start not the dramatic revision of her life, but the small first step. She signed up for the accounting course, she kept the receipt. Something about keeping the receipt made it real. The document of the concrete. First move, $240. The receipt in an envelope to scholars. The big decisions, Mr. Receipts. The irreversibility of the small defeats of the life change and not the moment of decision. They are the receipt, the first class, the provision of the Tuesday evenings given over for 6 months to the course to sober. Accounting of the time required. Sandra had 2 kids and worked the wire. Schedule of the Tuesday evening class required arrangements. Her mother, the glass of milk left on the table. The homework done before she left. Sandra Crown Heights, the receipt, the bereft of the Tuesday evenings willingly given. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees it now. 1,000 small decisions, they see the outcome, same for stand. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees it now. 1,000 small decisions, they see the outcome, same for stand. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees it now. 1,000 small decisions, they see the outcome, same for stand. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees it now. 1,000 small decisions, 1,000 small decisions between 94 and 2001. The Tuesday she stayed even though her son was sick and her mother was available. The Thursday she reviewed the material. She already knew because the review built confidence. The Saturday she skipped the residence of doubt that said you're too far behind. The specific moment she declined. The voice that calculated failure from the pace. Nobody catalogs, he's the face of the achievement, obscures the decisions that built the Sandra's revisions of the daily calculus to continue or to stop. Were made 1,000 times the top of the mountain is visible from the ground. The 1,000 steps are not the sound of achievement, is the outcome. The work is the 1,000 times you overcame. Sandra Crown Heights, the 1,000 the name, the name.
1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions, see the outcome. Sandra style. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions, see the outcome. Sandra style. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions, they see the outcome. Sandra style. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions.
Sandra passed the CPA exam in 2001. 7 years from the receipt to the done. Her kids were 12 and 15. They watched 1,000 small decisions. Sandra Crown Heights, what it took.
1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions, nobody sees the doubt. 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions.
Sandra Miles, Crown Heights, 94. $240 to receive. 7 years, 2001. The CPA, her kids watch.
1,000 small decisions.
Now, ledger of the real. Ledger of the real. Ledger of the real.
Ledger of the real, what you built versus what you said. The balance sheet of the cipher tells you what's ahead. Raymond kept the books for 15 years on 125. Ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Raymond Chen had an account in mind in a rap shell. Kept a notebook that was half finance and half the spell of the lyrical ledger. What he'd written, what he'd taken back, what the cipher owed him, what his verses still lack. 1, 2, 5, and 7, 95, the late fall. Raymond at the corner with his notebook cataloging all the debts of the unwritten and the credits of the done. I asked him once what's on the debit side, the column for the one that's owed. He said the bars I knew were weak and ran them anyway. Every coward line's a debt, you pay it the next day with the better version that you should have had the first time. The ledger of the real, every session, every rhyme I took the system. Started keeping my own book, column A, the built and true, column B, what I mistook for done when it was only almost. The almost is the debt. Raymond 125, 95, I haven't cleared it yet.
Ledger of the real. Ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real. Ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real. Ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live.
The Harlem Standard is the standard with the most teeth, because the audience already knows what's underneath. To perform, they've seen the real version of the story. You perform and there's no fog around the territory. You bring the ledger balance or you bring it known as short. The cipher on 125 is the highest court of the actual. The Raymond passes notebook left and right. Let everyone read the account and that's the night. I understood what honesty inside the craft required. Not the modest or the humble, the specifically admire discipline of knowing what you owe. The room, the real, the bar that fell below the standard and the deal you make with yourself to clear the debt before you move. Raymond 125, the ledger and the groove. 95 October 7th Avenue at 9. The notebook passed left to right the real every line.
Ledger of the real, ledger of the ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real, ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real, ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live.
Yeah. Raymond's in Atlanta now, the notebook's full. He started to. Ledger of the real doesn't stop when the borough's through. Every bar I write, I run the column built or old. Raymond 125, the ledger, the code.
Ledger of the real, ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real, ledger of the real, the only way to know you're live. Ledger of the real, ledger of the real, real.
Raymond 125,
Yo. Well, what up?
with a, Dusk on Dekalb. The light that turns the block to gold. Sophia sweeping the front step, 92 years old. The hour between the day shift and the night beginning. Dusk on Dekalb, the borough, and it's winning. Sophia Maddles came to Brooklyn in '63. Puerto Rico to Dekalb, the whole trajectory of a life inside 4 blocks and 1 apartment door. She knew every face that moved along that corridor. I grew up 2 doors down, she knew my name in 3. Knew the names of all my cousins, knew the family tree. Back to my grandmother's arrival on the boat. Sophia was the borough's memory. She quote the names of families that left the 75. The year the neighborhood went harder to survive. Every dust she swept the stoop with the same broom. 40 years of Dusk on Dekalb, the same costume. I asked her once, why sweep at dusk when the day's already done? She said, cause tomorrow starts with what you left when the sun went down. I start clean every dusk, every day. Sophia Dekalb, 63, the same room to wait. Dusk on Dekalb. The shade through the way. Dusk on Dekalb. The shade through the way. Dusk on Dekalb. The shade through the way. Dusk on Dekalb. The trumpet on the corner came from building 4. A kid named Darius practicing, and 7 on the floor of his apartment. Bell against the window for the street. Every Dusk on Dekalb, Darius in the beat of his practicing. The scales going up and going down. The imperfect beauty of the learning in the town. Sophia stopped sweeping when he played the clean run. Held the broom mid-stroke, nodded once, went on. I was 17 and I saw the nod and wrote it in my book. The recognition between the makers, how it looks when craft acknowledges craft across the ordinary. Yeah, Sophia's not a Darius, Dekalb, the Dusk was there. The cowbell of the city at the switch over hour. The light that makes the concrete into something with a power beyond his daily function. Dusk on Dekalb is the frame. Sophia, Darius, 63 through 96 the same. Dusk on Dekalb. Change from the way. 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 Trumpet, you know. Trumpet breathed alone, babe. Trumpet, you know. Trumpet breathed alone, babe. Sophia passing 2001. Darius plays downtown. Dekalb and Dusk still turns to gold when the sun goes down. The stoop is clean, somebody else holds the same broom. Dusk on Dekalb, the borough, the light, the room. Dusk on Dekalb. Dusk on Dekalb. Dusk on Dekalb. Dusk on Dekalb. Sophia 63, the broom Darius, the trumpet, the nod Dusk, Dekalb, Dusk on Dekalb. Been in the movie. The last photograph, nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Robert at the kitchen table, whoever shook it out of the drawer in '98 and handed it to his daughter. The last photograph, with the camera held the order. Lucy Rivera found a photograph in a shoebox. Thursday afternoon, March '98, the locks of her father's apartment being sorted through. Robert Rivera, 64, the flu, that became something else in February. The shoebox is under his bed, ordinary. Shoeboxes under beds hold the unofficial archive. The photographs that didn't make the album alive in the shoebox without order or intention. Lucy went through the box with the attention of someone who understood that this was the last inventory. The photograph, the last one taken of her father, was dated October '97. 4 months before, he was in the kitchen of 11 Park Avenue, his apartment, standing at the counter with coffee, not post the counter of his kitchen, the mug, the window behind him. Someone had taken it casually, Lucy couldn't find him. Nobody, she asked, knew who taken it. Robert, October '97, the kitchen, that's it, the last photograph. Nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Robert at the kitchen table, whoever shook it out of the drawer in '98 and handed it to his daughter. The last photograph, what the camera held, the last photograph. Nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Robert at the kitchen table, whoever shook it out of the drawer in '98 and handed it to his daughter. The last photograph, what the camera held along. The power of the last photograph is in what it didn't know. The camera didn't know it was the last to slow. Ordinaries of a Tuesday morning in October had no weight when they were happening to sober. Fact of the photograph is the fact of every Tuesday. You don't know which one is the last. The display of the ordinary carries the possibility of the final without the visibility. Lucy framed the photograph, the kitchen, the mug, the window, her father, the stricken.
face she might have worn it wasn't there. Just a Tuesday morning, the air of October to the window of 11 Park. Her father at the counter, no remark of the ending in his posture or his face. Just a man with coffee in his own space. Lucy the shoebox, October the kitchen, what held the last photograph? Nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Robert at the kitchen table, whoever shook it out of the drawer in 98 and handed it to his daughter. The last photograph, what the camera held the order. The last photograph, nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Robert at the kitchen table, whoever shook it out of the drawer in 98 and handed it to his daughter. The last photograph, what the camera held the order. The last photograph. The last photograph.
Brass stab alone, bass on one, kick hard, vinyl snare two.
The photograph is on Lucy's wall now in Park Slope. The kitchen of 11 Park, the scope of an ordinary Tuesday held in silver halide. The last photograph, Robert, Lucy, what survived? The last photograph, nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. Last photograph, nobody knew it was the last one when they took it. The last photograph, what the camera held the order.
Robert Rivera, 6411 Park Avenue, October 97. The shoebox, Lucy the kitchen, the mug, the long way home, the long way home, the long way home. 3 extra stops on the J train every night. The long way home. Marcus needed the 40 minutes to get right. The long way home. Before he walked through the door, the decompression ritual. The long way home. The space between the residual. Marcus Bell, Bed-Stuy, worked the loading dock on Flatbush. 10-hour shifts, the rush of the dock at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The physical weight of the day, the stem of the fatigue was specific, not tired in the mind, but in the shoulders, the back, the grind of the body that had moved things all day. He learned in year one that the way he walked in the door determined the evening. If he walked in still carrying the heaving weight of the dock, the apartment was the dock. He needed a transition, the clock of the J train gave it 3 extra stops, past the station, then back. The props of the ritual were simple, just the train and the window in the borough passing the plane that could sit in with the day before releasing it. Marcus Flatbush, the J train, what he did with it. The long way home, 3 extra stops on the J train every night. The long way home, Marcus needed the 40 minutes to get right. The long way home, before he walked through the door, the decompression ritual. The long way home, the space between the residual. His wife Denise had noticed in year 2. She'd ask, why do you always come home at 2:45 instead of 6:30? He told her, she said, I thought you would stop at somewhere to shoulder of her misread that carried a year of quiet wondering. He explained the ritual, the thundering he'd expected from the explanation. Why didn't you tell me didn't come a station? On the question was simple, does it work? He said, yeah. She said, then keep it the quirk of a marriage that accommodates the strange necessities of decompression, the range of what Denise understood about Marcus. He quoted this, the dock was the harness he wore all day. The J train was where he took it off. She giving him that air. Marcus Denise, the J train quarter, the quarter. The quarter. The long way home. 3 extra stops on the J train every night. The wrong way home. Marcus needed the 40 minutes to get right. The wrong way home. Before he walked through the door, the decompression ritual. The long way home. Space between a residual. Marcus still takes the long way home. 20 years now. The dock changed, the line changed. The vow of the ritual held across both 3 stops past. The long way home. Marcus Denise, what lasts? The long way home. 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 The long way Marcus Bell, Flatbush, J Train, 3 extra stops, Denise. 20 years, the dock, what you take off on the train.
The long way home.
Come around like the back town, unbelievable from the roof. Unbelievable from the roof. Unbelievable from the roof. Unbelievable from the roof. Unbelievable from the
2 jobs, 1 dream. The math of the double shift adds up slow. Patrice ran the register at 6, the studio at 10 below. The street on Jamaica Avenue, 2 worlds, 1 calendar. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The grind, the standard, regular. Patrice Okafor, Jamaica, Queens, 96 to 99, 6 a.m. to 2 at the pharmacy. The line of customers who needed her to be present, accurate kind. 2 p.m. to 5, sleep reassigned. Window of rest between the jobs, non-negotiable. She learned in month 2 that the negotiable was everything else but not the sleep. The studio opened at 10 to deep of the night session, started 10 and ran to 2. 4 hours of sleep was the residue of the schedule she built. 3 years of that schedule, not complain about. Calculated the sequel of the calculation. Every session logs, every track failed the catalog. Work of 3 years of double shift discipline. Built a demo that changed the discipline of her life in 99 when the call came. Patrice, Jamaica, Queen, the schedule. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The math of the double shift adds up slow. Patrice ran the register at 6, the studio at 10 below. The street on Jamaica Avenue, 2 worlds, 1 calendar. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The grind, the standard, irregular. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The pharmacy manager knew about the studio. Patrice had told her in year 1 the ratio of her honesty, the risk was deliberate. If the schedule ever slipped, the error rate of the explanation would be worse than the truth up front. Her manager had said, as long as the front of your shift is covered, I don't need to know what you do at 10 p.m. The flow of that permission was the ground on which 3 years were built, not charity. A deal, the gears of the arrangement. Patrice showed up on time, fully present, accurate. The paradigm of the double shift worker who holds both sides of the obligation. The rides of the J train at 5:50 a.m. in January. Patrice on the train, the vocabulary of the next session in her head already working. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The math of the double shift adds up slow. Patrice ran the register at 6, the studio at 10 below. The street on Jamaica Avenue, 2 worlds, 1 camera. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The grind at the standard, but regular. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The call came in June 99, a label meeting. The pharmacy got a 2 weeks notice. The greeting of the new chapter course, 3 years of 4 a.m. 2 jobs, 1 dream. Patrice, Jamaica, Queens. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The math of the double shift adds up slow. Patrice ran the register at 6, the studio at 10 below. The street on Jamaica Avenue, 2 worlds, 1 calendar. 2 jobs, 1 dream. The grind at the standard, irregular. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. 2 jobs, 1 dream. Patrice Okafor, jump around like Queens 96. 2 shifts, 4 hours sleep, 3 years, June 99. The core.
Summer heat on the concrete grill. Everybody outside, everybody feel the horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. That's the only place I wanna be found.
The kick hits like August landing on your shoulders. The heat of the block being carried in the boulders. A bass that hold the whole thing up. The smolders of a summer afternoon where everything's shoulder checks everything else for position. The horn sample chopped and pitched to somewhere darker. The ample evidence of the SP12 being a sample source of everything that matters to trample. Proof foundation of the golden era sound. Anthony on the corner with the crown of the block's unofficial mayor.
The renown of somebody who showed up every day. The brown paper bag of cold drinks making the rounds. The specific rhythm of a hot block. The sounds of 100 small interactions. The grounds of a community built on showing up. The browns of the afternoon being the actual clock. Summer heat on the concrete real. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanna be found. Hot block. Summer heat on the concrete real. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanna be found. The reverb on the vocal is the echo of the building walls. The specific and coastal of the courtyard. The calls bouncing off the brick, returning warm of the halls. The sound the block creates naturally. The falls of the voice into the space and back again. I've been trying to capture this in the studio. The pen of the engineer reaching for what the block gives naturally. When the room is the reverb and the street is the den of the recording session. You can't fake this geography. The SP12 catches it though. The biography of the block living in the crackle. The choreography of the sample containing the demography of where it was recorded. Who was in the room? Hot block in August. The horn drops. The boom of the kick underneath the reverb bloom of the vocal sitting in the pocket. The perfume of the summer afternoon preserved in the groove. Preserved in the groove. Hot block. Summer heat on the concrete rail. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanted to groove. Hot block. Summer heat on the concrete rail. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanna be found. Anthony's still on the corner. The drink's still cold. The horn still chopped to something worth being told. The block's still hot in August. The kick still rolls. The reverb catches everything the summer holds. Hot block. Summer heat on the concrete rail. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanna be found. Hot block. Summer heat on the concrete rail. Hot block. Everybody outside, everybody feel. The horn drop on the one like a wall of sound. Hot block. That's the only place I wanna be found. August Anthony cold drinks. Horn the one, reverb off the brick walls. The block preserved in the groove. Still hot.
Feel the vibe, let it move through you slow. Feel the vibe, that's the only thing to know. The piano hits and the bass walks heavy underneath. Feel the vibe, let the golden arrow breathe. There's a frequency that certain records hit. The specific warmth of the SP12 grit, meeting the right sample, the lit match of the perfect combination, the split second recognition of something that sounds like home. Before you heard it, the poem of the familiar arriving new the chromosome of the golden era sound, carrying the home sickness for a time that may not have been as golden as the music makes it to seem through the sample version of the past being the truer one somehow. The intervening years compressing into the piano loop. I grew up on this sound, the troop of producers who understood the scoop of the right sample being the recoup of everything the block had ever felt, ever felt, ever felt. Feel the vibe, let it move through you slow. Feel the vibe, that's the only thing to know. The piano hits and the bass walks heavy underneath. Feel the vibe, let the golden era breathe. Feel the vibe. The reverb
reverb on the vocal is the room talking back. The specific warmth of air, returning the knack of the vintage room sound being the track itself, breathing the lack of digital cleanliness being the actual warmth. Nobody was trying to make it warm. The North Star of the production being the forthright capture of what was real, the worth of the imperfection being discovered later. We love the crackle before it was curated it into aesthetic choice, the saturated tape sound being simply how it sounded, the weighted history of the format being invisible at the time. Now every crackle is a choice, the chime of nostalgia being manufactured, the paradigm of warmth being performed, but in the prime of the actual era, this was just the sound. Feel it, feel the vibe, let it move through you slow. Feel the vibe, that's the only thing to know. The piano hits and the bass walks heavy underneath. Feel the vibe, let the golden era breathe. Cycles back to the top. The bass walks one more time. The kick drops. The reverb trails into the next bar warm. This is the frequency. Feel it. That's the whole form. Yeah. Feel the vibe. Let it move through you slow. Feel the vibe. That's the only thing to know. Feel the piano hits and the bass walks heavy underneath. Feel the vibe. Let the golden era breathe.